Another day, another episode. Guys, we nearly got scammed again on Vinted. Let's just get straight into the video. I'm going to show you guys what happened. So we managed to purchase this Nintendo DS console off of Vinted for £20. Really good deal, to be honest. She also included 2 extra games, which was great. It arrived, but I didn't manage to open it until 2 days after, so it automatically approved the order and accepted the order, which was fine. When I did open it, it was okay. It was all working fine, thoroughly tested and working. And then put it up for sale on my Vinted store. And yeah, so that's the start of the story. This really gets interesting. Managed to sell it for what I wanted. Then I got this screenshot, guys. I was like, oh my god, how could I have not have checked this out before I shipped it off or even listed it? It's such a fatal mistake on my part. So let this be a lesson to all those out there. Make sure you check the console for parental controls. This is not the first time, and it certainly won't be the last time, guys. So yeah, this prompted me to get a shift on. So I messaged the buyer, the seller of the previous console, and I said to him, look, do you know what the parental controls are on the console? Unfortunately, I can't reset it without it. Instantly blocked, guys. No message back, instantly blocked. So I thought, oh crap, I can't even message now. So I managed to go on my girlfriend's account and message on there. Please don't block me again. I asked you a question about the parental controls. I will put a complaint into Vinted. You know, simple, straightforward message, guys. You shouldn't be blocking people at all. You know, even if you are a seller or a buyer and currently have a transaction in hand, how Vinted allow that, I'll never know. So she says I didn't block you, which you clearly did block me. You clearly did. I don't have a screenshot of when she blocked me, guys, but you know, I couldn't even message, and I can't even look at the listing photos currently. That's how you know you're blocked. So she says she has no idea, you know, about the parental controls. She says I didn't block you. I can see your messages now, but that's only because I messaged off a different account. The story just didn't add up here, guys. Said try 0001111. Didn't work, of course. I did ask if these were guesses, and she said yes. Well, she didn't say yes, but it was in the pictures. And she said her son's never had issues with the games, but when you have parental controls, most of the time on the older DS's or Nintendo items, is to do when you're resetting the console rather than when you're going on a game. So this brings us on to our next point, guys. Is she said she sold me an unlocked console. That's the story she's going with. She said it was checked by her and her son, which I totally believe. I'm not saying she's lying about that, but what I'm saying is that did they check for parental controls? Because the console wasn't reset, and that's the problem. And then she started talking to me as if I was giving it to a child and they put parental controls on it. So I had to say to her, look, I'm 24, no kids, I don't really make mistakes. I say I don't make mistakes, but then I gave someone a DS console with parental controls still on. So, you know, depends on where you look at it, guys. Depends on where you look at it. Yeah, after that, we were just going back and forth. So I submitted evidence to her that, you know, you did block me. Don't say you didn't block me, because you did. And she goes, okay, I will unblock you. Well, you clearly blocked me then. Is that not insane, guys? I'm not. Anyway, so I said you blocked me, thanks for admitting, because she unblocked me, which now makes sense. Then we just kept going back and forth, and to be honest, guys, she wasn't having any of it. She was adamant that she didn't know parental controls, and you know what, she probably didn't, but for her to then block me and ignore the transaction even though she's a seller, it's a bit scummy, not gonna lie. If someone messaged me with a problem with their item, I wouldn't block them even after the completion on Vinted. That's the bad thing about Vinted, is that even after 2 days it's done, and sometimes it takes more than 2 days for the problems to arise. So I wish Vinted would change that. I know they have changed that in the Pro version, but for the back and forth, guys, she starts saying about me trying to scam her. I'm not sure how I scam her when she has my money and I need her help. So I'm not sure where she was going there. And then she ended up blocking this account as well, which is not good, guys. Not good at all. So it left me with a bit of a sticky situation where I had to find out the parental control. But guys, there is a way. there is a way. If you can find the serial key on the console and put a bit of information into Nintendo, you can actually get the master key, which will be able to override the parental controls, allowing you to make edits on that console. I'll quickly add some screenshots in the video now of me getting the code and the conversation with the buyer. So yeah guys, mistakes were made on my part, not checking for parental controls, which is an absolute joke by me. You know, I've been selling for 2 years now and I shouldn't be making these mistakes, but they do happen. And like I said earlier in the video, it's how you control those mistakes and then procedures in place to make sure that doesn't happen again. But yeah, so yeah guys, make sure you check out the parental controls before you accept any orders or before the 2-day automatic accepting, because it might leave you in a sticky situation. We managed to avert this problem and the buyer was happy with the purchase. I made sure to give him a £1 refund. Just say sorry for the inconvenience caused. And yeah, so that's the video guys. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe on Vinted and see you in another episode.